Meet Courtney Turner. She's 35, single, African American, and a proud Baltimore homeowner. For $200,000, she bought 3 bedrooms, nearly 1,200 square feet, and a fully rehabbed basement. Thanks to city and state programs, she received $15,000 in assistance. Turner isn't alone. In 2025, 71% of Baltimore home ownership program customers were female, 73% were single, 60% were ages 25 to 44, and 81% were African American. These numbers tell a powerful story. Young, single Black women are leading Baltimore's urban renaissance, reclaiming neighborhoods from decades of blight. This is how home ownership programs are transforming both a city and the lives betting their futures on it. Live Baltimore, a nonprofit helping city residents through home ownership assistance, shows who's buying homes in Baltimore. 71% female, 73% single, 60% ages 25 to 44, and 81% African American. Compare this to national demographics. 74% of white Americans own homes, while only 46% of Black Americans do. Baltimore's emerging homebuyers are dramatically reversing historical trends. For decades, Black Americans, particularly Black women, faced systematic barriers through redlining, discriminatory lending, and wealth gaps. Now in Baltimore, young Black women are the driving force behind neighborhood revitalization, taking advantage of generous programs to build wealth on their own terms. Baltimore's population is 569,000, with 60% Black or African American. Median household income is $59,623, poverty rate 20%. Despite economic challenges, home ownership programs are creating pathways once thought impossible. How are young, single Black women affording homes when national affordability is at crisis levels? Through impressive assistance programs. The First Time Home Buyers Incentive Program provides $10,000 to $20,000 in down payment and closing cost assistance. The amount depends on income, closing costs, and home price. The Vacants to Value Booster provides $10,000 for properties vacant for at least 1 year, helping over 360 buyers purchase renovated houses while addressing blight. The Baltimore City Employee Program offers $5,000 to $10,000 for city employees. Buying into Baltimore awards $5,000 through lottery to trolley tour attendees. Live Near Your Work matches employer contributions of $1,000 to $2,500. Maryland offers the down payment loan program with up to $5,000 plus student loan assistance that helped Turner pay down educational debt while building equity. All incentives except Live Near Your Work are 5-year forgivable loans. Stay 5 years, you don't repay them. This reduces financial burden while ensuring genuine investment. Critical requirements: home ownership counseling from city-approved agencies within 1 year before making offers, plus buyers must contribute at least $1,000 of their own funds. Courtney Turner bought her home in late 2023 for $200,000. Fully rehabbed, everything was new. Using 2 city programs and a state initiative, she netted $15,000 plus student loan help. Working in mortgages herself, Turner understood home ownership benefits and navigated the process successfully. "I'm proud to have put down roots in Baltimore," she said. Martia Rogers inherited her Johnston Square home 20 years ago from her grandparents. Walking her neighborhood, people still remember her granddad's businesses, but the home was in extreme disrepair. She spent years and thousands rehabbing it, getting assistance from the Legacy Homeowner Repair Program. "It's equity and generational wealth," Rogers explained. High owner percentages give residents a stake in their neighborhoods and incentive to maintain them. Tasha Payne, living in Baltimore for years before buying in New Northwood, looks forward to getting involved for her son's legacy. One single mother of 3 boys said, "I want to show my boys what owning a house looks like, that I'm gathering generational wealth. It's important I have a piece of our city." This captures what drives these buyers, not just personal security, but modeling wealth building for the next generation and claiming ownership in the city's future. For home ownership bang for buck, it's hard to beat Baltimore. While coastal cities have median prices exceeding $700,000, Baltimore's median price is $219,300, dramatically lower than D.C., Philadelphia, or New York. When you layer generous assistance on affordable prices, homeownership becomes accessible to people priced out of nearly every other urban market. But affordability alone doesn't explain Baltimore's appeal. The city is comprehensively reclaiming neighborhoods from decades of blight, violence, and disinvestment through deliberate policy. Baltimore's housing market typology classifies city markets into 8 categories using sales prices and foreclosure rates. This data-driven approach targets resources for maximum impact, identifying neighborhoods for investment, areas needing stabilization, and communities requiring intervention. The Healthy Neighborhoods Initiative focuses investment on middle-market neighborhoods to prevent decline. Baltimore had over 16,000 vacant buildings at crisis peak. Vacants to Value systematically addresses blight by incentivizing rehabilitation. Vacant buildings harm property values and create safety hazards. Transforming them into occupied homes changes entire street characters. Baltimore's homebuyer demographics aren't just interesting statistics, they represent significant progress toward addressing historical inequities. The Black homeownership rate nationally is 46% versus 74% for whites. This 28-point gap is the legacy of discriminatory practices. Redlining, denying mortgages, or charging higher rates in Black neighborhoods was official policy through the mid-20th century. Even after being outlawed, predatory lending, discriminatory steering, and wealth gaps continued suppressing Black homeownership. The 2008 crisis hit Black homeowners particularly hard. Predatory subprime mortgages, disproportionately marketed to Black borrowers, led to foreclosures, wiping out decades of wealth gains. Baltimore's programs consciously reverse these trends, making home ownership accessible to working-class Black residents, particularly single women who faced both racial and gender-based discrimination, helps close wealth gaps and build generational equity. Home ownership is the primary wealth-building tool for most families. Equity through mortgage payments and appreciation creates assets passed to children, used as business collateral or leveraged for education. For communities systematically excluded from this mechanism, targeted programs aren't just nice, they're economic justice. With 71% participants female and 73% single, programs clearly reach people who might struggle saving for down payments while managing all household expenses alone. A critical goal is preventing displacement of longtime residents. This is where the Legacy Homeowner Repair Program becomes essential. Gentrification can force out people who've lived in neighborhoods for generations. Rising taxes, increased living costs, and changing character can push out longtime residents. Baltimore avoids this by helping existing homeowners like Rogers repair properties. If a long-time resident owns a deteriorating home and can't afford repairs, they may be forced to sell just as the neighborhood improves, missing benefits of revitalization they helped create. The Legacy program provides low-cost or no-cost loans to income-eligible homeowners for hazardous condition corrections, safety hazard elimination, major system repairs, energy improvements, disability modifications, and lead paint hazard elimination. This ensures as neighborhoods improve, people who maintained community through difficult times can participate in and benefit from the Renaissance. Katie McCorkle from Live Baltimore describes this as owning a piece of this city. The goal is that both new buyers and longtime residents have genuine ownership stakes in Baltimore's future. Despite successes, significant challenges remain. Baltimore's population declined from 620,942 in 2010 to 569,000 in 2026, over 8%. While homeownership programs stabilize some neighborhoods, they haven't reversed broader population loss. The 20% poverty rate significantly exceeds the 12.4% national average. Median income of $59,623 is lower than comparable cities, limiting how many qualify for homeownership even with assistance. Crime and violence remain serious concerns. While some neighborhoods improved dramatically, others struggle with safety issues deterring buyers. Baltimore's perception as dangerous, reinforced by media and popular culture, remains a barrier. The public school system faces challenges concerning families with children. While young, single professionals may overlook school quality, attracting families requires addressing educational outcomes. Over 16,000 vacant buildings remain despite years of effort. While vacancy to value made progress, abandonment scale is massive. Rehabbing is expensive, and not all neighborhoods have sufficient demand justifying investment. Infrastructure needs are substantial. Water main breaks, aging roads, and outdated facilities require investment competing with housing programs for limited resources. Baltimore's story offers lessons for cities nationwide, grappling with affordability, equity, and revitalization. First, targeted homeownership assistance works. Reducing upfront costs, the biggest barrier, helps residents who could afford payments but can't save down payments. Second, addressing historical inequities requires deliberate effort. Baltimore's programs didn't accidentally achieve 81% African American participation, they were designed to reach excluded communities. Third, preventing displacement is as important as attracting residents. Programs helping existing owners maintain properties ensure revitalization benefits everyone. Fourth, women, particularly single women, can powerfully transform neighborhoods when given opportunity. Fifth, affordability still matters. No assistance overcomes fundamentally unaffordable markets. Baltimore's low prices make assistance effective. The national housing crisis prices millions out of home ownership. If cities want to remain diverse, equitable, and accessible to working people, they need to learn from Baltimore's creative use of limited resources to expand opportunity.